Hi, it's Jamie Derner, Holistic Business Mentor Coach. Today, I want to share with you a great strategy that you can use to create greater engagement with your or class participants, as well as get feedback to know how your services or material is being received. This came up recently with a client of mine who was just getting ready to test out a new 3-part class series in preparation for creating her signature program. One of the things that's common is that we use a feedback form, maybe at the end of a program and end of a class, something like that. But in this case, she didn't want to wait until the very end. So she came into our coaching session asking about what other tools that she could use to, at the end of each class, be able to get some feedback. So we talked through some possibilities, really looking at some questions that she could use. And I shared with her 3 that I have used for many years that I find really do a great job. And that's what I want to share with you today, these 3 simple questions. So number 1, kind of obvious, we're trying to find out how our material or how our services is landing with the client to see if our objectives are meeting with their objectives. So you can ask just a very open-ended question that is something like, what are you taking away from today? Or what's your biggest takeaway from today? Or what did you get from your session or this workshop or this class today? Try to have it be fairly broad and open-ended so you don't shut down any answers and you get their full experience of whatever it is you're sharing. Now, because we're trying to see if our objectives are meeting the results, ideally we're hoping to see some of what our objectives are. Having said that, I find that it's really fun to hear all the answers that come from this, many of which are not within my awareness of what I think the material is going to give people. But it helps me to then see the possibilities of what else people are getting. And especially if there's some consistency in that over time, I can actually add that into some of what I know the benefits are that people are walking away and add that into my copy or marketing. So that's the first question. The second question is about kind of client engagement, as well as just kind of seeing what additional possibilities are. And that's to ask something like, what are you inspired to do next based on the material you're learning today? This is going to help them put it into action. It's going to help connect them to their own self-accountability, which is great because we're never there to do their work as much as to facilitate their work with them. So that's question number 2. And especially if you're doing a series or working with a client on a regular, ongoing basis, you then want to make sure that you're following up with what people were inspired to do because you're also acting as an accountability partner with them. So you're going to check in at your next class or next session with them to say, so I know you were inspired to do this. How did that go? And what did you learn from doing that? That's part of the ongoing engagement that you're supporting with your client. And then the last question is you want to see what else there might be that you want to cover that either you've already got planned or you just know that that's their top of the mind. And so you're going to ask something like, what's still missing for you that you want more of or that you'd like additional support with? I do know people that go into sometimes creating series where they start with just basically a rough outline, and then they're literally dancing in the moment with their participants to kind of co-create that series or the workshop. So one of the things about this last question is if you're co-creating your series, you have part of your answer of what you know you want to weave in possibly in these next couple sessions of your series that you're doing. If you're working one-on-one with a client, certainly that's something that you're going to want to follow up with at your next session and say, hey, I know that this was something up for you last time that you were looking for additional support. Is that still where you're at? And what can we do to support you? It's also great to know, say like that you're doing this within the context of just a single workshop, you can find out, well, what else are people craving? And that's either going to help you create your next workshop or your next series, or possibly add into the signature program that you might be creating. So that's my tip for you today. My objective as your mentor coach is always to help shortcut your path to success so that you can create that profitable practice you're craving and wanting with greater ease. And if you're wanting extra support, especially as you begin to think about planning for 2019, I want to let you know that my group program, my group holistic coaching and training program, Business Success Breakthrough, is starting in mid-January and registrations are open. And through December 20th, I have a really amazing opportunity and offer for you. So if you're interested in helping to shortcut your success and have the support you need to really get it done, you can check out the details in the link here, and hopefully I'll see you sometime soon. Have a great day.